you don't win your keys to the game. Pretty much the guys understand the outcome. So came up short, but I'm very pleased with the group that's coming back. So good things in the future. And to the incoming guys that are coming in, I'll get ready to work because we plan on being at the stage again.
Questions?
Yeah, Coach, you come in here, watching them celebrate the second time, just what was going through your mind?
It's just a mental note. I mean, I don't think, I just think it's one of the things where I tell my guys, and that was one of our keys, was the mental toughness. And I told them that adversity would hit in the game. So who am I to bail out or try to leave off the field? I want to see that celebration, just like we did last year. I want to see it. I want to feel it. I want to make sure I take every bit of it in, not just the loss when it happened and then try to run off whenever you celebrate it. I want to see that. That to me is one character, because I'm telling them to battle through adversity. So we got to take that. It can do nothing but build you. So, I didn't look at it as pity or, they're doing too much. They should be celebrating. They won the game, and they came out here and won the game. They should be celebrating. But you just got to take that in as a mental note. And, you just want to make sure that you're on the other side of that the next time that you're here. And they're not, they're hard to do. They're hard to get to. Anything can happen throughout the year. So it was just one of them things where I'm telling my guys to battle through adversity. So I need to make sure I do the same thing. And we need to do the same thing as a group together. So that's an adverse situation, seeing that. Hopefully guys can learn from it.
And Melvin, same thing, just watching them celebrate, not only watching them, but how much motivation will that give you towards next season?
Boy, man, it's gonna give me a lot. I've been here twice already, and I lost both times. And both of them hurt. I don't want to feel that no more. So we don't want to feel that no more. So we're gonna come back. We're gonna work harder than we ever did before.
Or it felt like you guys could get drives going, and then ultimately there'd be one player, a couple plays that would bog a drive down. Was it something that they were doing? Was it mistakes that you guys made? What did you take away from that?
It was our mistakes. We being consistent.
So yeah, I mean, he just basically saying like, we just didn't make enough plays that were there, we didn't make them. I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, we're talking about two good teams here, so it's not to discredit what they did. They have a good program, they have a good team, and they have good players. They have good coaching. So it's not to take away from any of that. Like you said, we just didn't execute plays that were there, and you're not going to win games like that at this stage. You'll get away with them in the regular season, but we're a program now where we expect the expectations to be on this stage, and we didn't execute like you said.
Coach, not having Peyton at full strength and missing Kendall today, how much did it change how you function offensively?
I think it's a little bit of an excuse. I think whoever, if it's somebody on my staff, if it's a fan, anybody media, I think it's an excuse. We prepare and we know, and these guys are told all the time, through camp, we're banging. By the time we get to December, like, this lineup that we're going in with camp might not be the lineup in December. So they understand that. And that's why it's next man up. I feel like it's an excuse. And I feel like I can say that because, we came to show up at 12 o'clock just like another team did. I don't know if they were at full health or not. It doesn't matter. We still had to kick off. The second thing I feel like it's an excuse is because we played Green Run and we were able to manage that and get through it. And it was, we had Melvin Lowe step up, or we had other guys step up when it was them. But then we want the crutch when we lose this game. It's either we lost the game. So Ken being out, Peyton being out, it's an excuse. We lost. We got to move forward. Again, that's another adverse situation that lets guys know, hey, whoever becomes whoever next year in the program, that guy might not last in December. So the next guy needs to be ready to go. So it's an excuse.
As a quick follow-up, did you sense the game changed at any point, maybe in the second quarter, their option game gave you some trouble? Was there another point where you felt like the game kind of swung in their favor and they got the extension? Where do you think it kind of turned?
I think that it's hard to tell that where it really turned, honestly. I think that I think that it was a couple times that we didn't execute on offense enough. That's gonna eventually get the game turned. So I would say as far as a moment, it's hard to say an actual moment or a play or what they were doing. I just think over time, when you're not executing, a good team like that is gonna take advantage of that. And these guys heard that all year, and that's what happened today.
Anything else?
I want to say good season, coach. By the way, I want to just know through the game in the 4 quarters, did injuries play a big part, and did some of the offensive mistakes and play a big part in today's outcome?
Yeah, it did. As far as the injury thing, that's just never been me. I mean, you always got to figure out a way. It's part of the game, so just got to find a way. And when we had to play Melvin last game, like nobody was nervous. We know we had Melvin Lowe. Okay, we didn't have Peyton Jones. Everybody talks about Peyton Jones. We knew we had Melvin, so there was no panic or we got to play Melvin. No, that's how we prepared. We got to go in. We got to go in. If we had to go with whoever we had to go with, we going with that guy. They're coached and they go through the program and lifting and all that stuff too. So injury part, it is what it is. Next guy got to step up. And then as far as the execution, yes, it did. It did play a huge part. That was one of our keys, and we didn't win that battle, the execution battle, and they did. So in games like this, again, that's how you come up short. And programs that been there enough, and their program has been there, and we have been there. We know what can win you a game and what can lose you the game in a stage like this. And when we don't execute, that's what happens.
You guys good? All right, thanks. I'll have to ask in the press box for anybody